Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Bahamian budgeter. I'm 25 years old, and on this channel, we learn to better take care of my finances so I can better take control of my life. So today we have a next weekly check-in. This is going to be for the 4th week of January. So I don't know the date, I'll just flip to the page for you. All right, so here we are. We're going to be doing from the 24th all the way to the 30th. So the last week in January. This teeny tiny last week in January. And then when I have to do my check-in for the 31st, it'll just be for next week, included into February's first check. So first, let's get started. I made sure I have my markers this time, and we are going to get right into it. So this week, I actually did pretty horrible. Spent money almost every day this week. It was a tragedy, to be honest. So we're gonna start right with Monday, and I spent money on some groceries. That was literally all I spent money on, groceries, on Monday, and that was a total of $46. It was two different transactions from two different stores. The first one was $33.25, and the next one was $11.50. So $44.75. But because I'm saving the change, it ended up being $36. I mean $46. So I'm just gonna write 30, 40. I'm just gonna write 46 for groceries. Next, on the 25th, I had some self-care appointments. I had two of them. Like I told you guys, I had my hair appointment, and then I also made a little pedicure appointment because I had extra in the envelope, and I was like, my toes are chipping, why not do it? I normally just get the gel refreshed, but my feet were peeling, so I was like, let's go and get the full one too. So I just got my regular hair appointment. I was going to get a perm, and it was going to be $120, but I was like, I decided against it. So I just got my regular for $60, and then I got my pedicure, and that was $50. So that is what I spent on Tuesday. Then if we flip over to Wednesday, I actually spent some money in toiletries. I had to buy a new shower head, so I went to do that. Oops. And that came up to be $28.52, but I only had 25 in my toiletries, so I took 25 from toiletries, and the other, like, how much was it? $4 I took from miscellaneous. It was about $29. Yeah, so I took $4 from miscellaneous. So minus 4 from miscellaneous. And then I also I wanted to treat my boyfriend to a little, fix his car up for him since he was coming home. He needs a lot of work done, but I just did the battery portion of it, and that ended up being $100, which was actually, it was $100 with a tip. So I didn't really have to spend $100, but I tipped the guy. So that was that. And also on this day, I got my boyfriend paid me the $100 that I deposited for him last week for the holiday. So that was plus $100 for J holiday. So I actually got money one day. And Thursday, I spent, what color is for that? On Thursday, I helped pitch in to buy a plane ticket. Oops. And that ended up being $112. That was all for that day. This was actually going to be a no spend day, Then I ended up having to pitch in for this ticket. Actually broke my heart a little bit because I was like, no, I was doing so good. And then Friday came and I spent some money in personal. Me and my sister was working, just doing some errands. And so we went to Starbucks. She had a gift card, but I covered the rest of the bill that the gift card didn't cover. So that was just $5 we spent in Starbucks, considering I wanted like extra whipped cream and all these extra things. So really, it was for me to pay for. Really, it was mine. Next, I had to pay some more on clothing because, like I told you guys, because I live in the Bahamas, things have to be shipped to me, but they don't get directly shipped to me. We use freight forwarding companies, so they get the package in the US and then they ship it from the US to their stores in the Bahamas, and then I have to go pick it up. And when things become imported into the country, you have to pay freight, you have to pay duty, you have to pay customs, you have to pay VAT, you have to pay all of these different things on it. So even though I did pay this $98 just for Gymshark, just to get my products, for it to bring it into the country, I had to pay an additional, it was $40.88. So I'm going to take that out of clothing as well. I want to call that Gymshark as well, because that's basically what it was. And then yesterday, Saturday, I had to spend some more money for some groceries. But I only had like $4 left. But I had to get some eggs and bread and all of that. So I used the rest of the money out of miscellaneous to cover that. So my total ended up being $20. So that was $4 from groceries and $16 from miscellaneous. Then I also, which one is fun? Purple. My boyfriend was in town. He came on Saturday. And we bought some alcohol. So we split it in half. So that was $35 for some alcohol. And then, yeah, that was it for Saturday. And then the last day, Sunday, was a no spend day. I did actually have to do a transaction of $200 out of my bank account, but I just had to transfer it to someone else's account and they gave me the cash. So that doesn't really count as spending money to me because they literally gave me the money. And they gave me the cash before I even transferred the money to them. So I'm going to count that as a no spend. So let's grab my stickers. We had one no spend day, unfortunately. And that was on Sunday. And we got paid. We got paid on Thursday this week. It's right here. So that is all of my transactions. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 no spend days. Which actually sucks because I wanted 16 no spend days and there's only one more day left. So even if I don't spend money this day, I'll be one day short of having my no spend goal, which actually sucks. So as you guys know, I flipped to this page so we can see if we were in a positive or a negative balance this week. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm just going to write it all out. I'm going to speed past this because you guys don't need to listen to me do it all over again. But what I do like to do is I don't round the numbers up. I like to keep it exactly how it is and then total it up. All right, so now that I've filled in everything, I like to go right to the bottom and I write positive, and then I write negative. And we're gonna add up all of the money I received, and then we're gonna add up all the money I spent, and we're gonna see if I was in a positive this week or if I was in a negative this week. All right, so once we add up every time I received money this week, I had a total of $15.50, and once we added up everything I spent this week, we had a total of $10.66 and 15 cents, and so that leaves us with a positive $484 for the week. So even though I spent some money, I got the money back, so it was still a positive. So last, we're gonna flip through our last page, and I'm gonna write it out by category to make sure that everything's gonna be in my wallet the way I need it to be. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna fast forward this again. All right, so I'm not going to completely close this as yet because I still have to do the 31st. In case I spend any money, I'm going to write it in. But honestly, how I end these up, I just calculate the whole thing. And then at the bottom, I say how much I received for the whole month and how much I spent for the whole month and what the difference is. So that is how I would normally end out my budget. But as I said, it's not the 31st yet, so I am gonna wait until the 31st and then sit down and close out my January budget. So last, what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip to the back to our weekly cash check, and we're gonna make sure my wallet lines up with what it should be, and then we're gonna go through and make sure all of my sinking funds or wherever I pulled money from this week lines up, and I updated all of my trackers the way I need to do. So this week we know we put 50 in groceries, 15 gas, 20 in personal, and 20 in miscellaneous. And if we go back, let's go back. Let's do this one. So groceries, we had 46 and then 4, which is 50. Don't need a calculator for that. So we spent 50, so we should have 0. Gas, we had 50. We didn't have any gas transactions, so we should literally still have that 50 for gas. Personal, we started with $20. We spent personal once for $5. So we should have $15 left. And last, for miscellaneous, we spent $4 on Wednesday and then $16. And 16 plus 4 is 20. So we spent the 20, so we should be left with $0. Let me grab my wallet. All right, so here's my wallet, and let's check out this cash situation. So I have $1 in US, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $15 for personal, which is what I should have. And then here's the 50 for gas that I should have. So this is all correct, and I think someone gave me this dollar. I think that's what's happening, but I'm still gonna write it. 1 US. Someone definitely gave this to me, and this is the money that I received for this week, like for the transfer and all of that. So this has to go back into the bank. So I'm actually going to put this in my to bank envelope. Here's my bank envelope. I keep this in my purse. So I'm just gonna slip this right in here because then I know that this needs to go back to the bank, obviously. So that's gonna go to the side. This is going to go back into my wallet. Alright, so that is all finished. Now, I'm going to do this calculation at the bottom because this is all the weeks in January already finished. So for groceries, I expected to put $250 towards groceries, and I actually put 100, 150, 200 towards groceries. So that's a difference of $50. Let's just do a down arrow. It's not really good or bad. Whenever I see like the minus, I was like, ugh, horrible. Gas, I was supposed to put $50 towards gas. Why is this like this? Oh, because I added all the money in on the second week. Okay, so we had $48 plus 100, 150, so 198 is what we actually spent towards gas, which was down $2. Personal, we did two for $60. So we were down 40. And then miscellaneous, we had 246 as well. So we're also down 40. But to be honest, all of this is pretty good. So this is actually, I'm going to check it so I know that this is actually positive, because I was supposed to spend $650, but actually I spent 200 plus 148 plus 60 plus 60. So I actually spent $566, which is great. I saved almost $100 in my cash envelopes this month. So that's pretty good. It's mostly due to the fact that I got paid late. So I didn't have any money to add on the first week. And I didn't really need to double my personal, gas, or miscellaneous. I only needed to double my groceries. So that is that. Let's go and check these envelopes, these sinking funds, to make sure that I updated them. Sometimes I forget to update things. So first, toiletries. Let's grab my binder. Oh, let's just start from the beginning. Car maintenance was supposed to get minus 100. I wrote it in, so now we have 1, 2, 253, 350, 60, 65, and 70. Yep. So 370 in car maintenance. Then we spent money in fun, and fun is empty, but I did not update this tracker. So I'm just gonna update it really fast. What day was that? That was the 29th. And I took the whole 35 and spent it. Nothing in gifts, didn't spend health. We're gonna go all the way to self-care. And self-care has $35. And I did not update this tracker because it still says 145, and I spent 110 on my self-care, so 1 minus 110 is 135. So yep, that is correct. And this was all on the 25th. 110. So we have $35 in self-care. And then last is toiletries, and toiletries is empty, and I did update toiletries on time. Then we have travel, and travel is supposed to be 112, and that was on the 27th. So 112 minus, so 570 minus 112, we should have 458. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. And I gotta change this to get some change. We got to get some change. Wedding should have change. Yep. So we'll grab the 20. And then grab those 5 ones. in health. All right, so I said it should be 458. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 455, 6, 7, 8. These are nice and smooth. So we have 458 now in travel. Let me make sure plus 112. Yep. So 458. And so this should be 112, and this is going to go back into the bank as well. I never took the money out. So that is all. I made sure all of my envelopes stay the same. I'm gonna put this in here. All of that needs to go to the bank and be deposited back into my account. Oh, and what I actually am going to do, because I have to put all of this money into the bank, and I know that this week coming up is going to be the first week in February, and I like to pay all of my bills on the first Friday of the month. I'm actually going to go into my bills envelope and take all of the bills out that need to be paid, so I can deposit them into my account. So when Friday comes, I don't have to worry about putting the money in afterwards. The money will already be there. So here's my bills envelope. First, we have my phone bill, and this is 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $60. And I found out that my phone bill actually is $66 because I forgot to add VAT, which is tax, and that's 10%. 10% of 60 is $6, so it actually has to be $66. So here's the 60 for that. My light bill this month is $130. So I should have about $70. So 50. $60, $70 going back into here. And I'll update that. Today is 130. We're taking out 130. There's $70 left. Next, gym. No, car license I already put into the bank. And for my subscriptions, I actually ended up going half with my sister on the Audible subscription. So it was supposed to be 120, but it actually was only $75. So I had put the 120 in the bank, so I actually need to put $45 back into this. So I'm gonna put it in from this. Do I have any 20s? Don't. We'll just do 40 if I can get 40. Nope. Let's change around some things. How much is this? This is 30. So we're gonna do 40 plus 30. So this should be $70. So 50, 60, 70. I'm gonna keep the 5 into the bank as a little buffer. Why not? Could always use it. So there is that. So that's all of my bills should be here. The only thing that should be missing is the $6. But as you guys just see, I literally just left I left $5 into the account, so I'm not too worried about it. What I'm gonna do though is I actually think I have $6 in. Yep, I have $6 in my car insurance, so I'm gonna take the $6 out, and when my next stuffing comes around, because I already budgeted out for the $6, I'll just put it back into car insurance. All right, so all of this money is going to go to the bank. For bills and to be deposited back into my account. So that is all for this week's video. That is how I do my weekly cash stuffings. weekly cash checks, I just make sure all of my transactions line up with what's in my wallet. And because this is the last week, I just took all of my bill money out so that can be deposited into my account. So when it's time for them to come out, the bill money is already there. Yeah, and that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.